Paakhi, Priyanka, Mrs. Chopra. I can't say Madhu.
Please, even my friends call her Madhu.
I can't.
Yeah, all of them call me Madhu.
Everybody calls her Madhu. She's Jagat Madhu.
She's the Jagat Madhu. I love it. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
You know, I have to tell you, I was very proud to see you on stage, and especially when you said that this is about women in entertainment and women in film. And here are three amazing women who have made it possible for a very niche film to come to a platform like the Toronto Film Festival. Tell me, how do you now take a film like this to the world? It's already to the world here, but now how do you kind of take it forward? What do you do with this?
We're all trying to figure that out.
So
but when
the morning after question.
Yes, it is. It really is. Like, ab kya kare? Because the idea when Paakhi came to me with the film, and what I promised her and what I really wanted to do with this film was, this film can be placed anywhere in the world. These two kids could be from Syria, they could be from Mexico, they could be from any part of the world, and this story would feel the same. Because when kids look at the things that are happening to them by adults taking these decisions, they don't understand it. And I think that that's what helps me. Like when Cameron, who's the director of TIFF, came and saw the film, that's the first thing he said to me was that, you know, this film has such a special place. And we made a really chotu movie. Nobody expected it to kind of get that kind of response, but I think it did because of that. So now I think the idea would be to hope that there will be other festivals, especially after the response we've got at TIFF, to be able to take it and to be able to introduce it to the rest of the world, because I think Paakhi's made a really beautiful film. I just met a reporter, a journalist I was doing an interview with right now, who said he's seen at least 10 films in TIFF so far. And this was the best cinematography he's ever seen of a movie so far.
Oh my!
So good on you, and we're going to call the DP and tell
yeah.
him. But like, you know, things like that. We're hoping to find a direction. You want to tell your big business plan? She's been whipping people.
Somehow, I can't imagine.
You should
Jagat
see.
Madhu
Oh,
whipping
yeah.
You should see
her.
Office.
You're a toughie.
Arey baap.
That's another.
It's called
another
Velvet. What? Velvet gloves mean?
Iron
Khanjar chupake.
Iron hand, iron fist.
Iron fist in velvet gloves.
So what are the world domination plans?
I don't see it as a world domination plan, but this film needs to reach out to as many children and through them to as many adults as possible, because it's the children talking to you. They are talking about the impact of our decisions, good, bad, ugly. When they have nothing, we don't consult with them. We don't even hear them out.
Or consider
What's
them.
bothering them. So this is that story, and it needs to reach the right target audience. So we think we'll try and go as far as possible around the world, but in India especially, since it's a film from the terrain region which has these kind of issues that children deal almost every day. So we have a collaboration with Children's Film Society of India and
the government of Sikkim.
Yeah, the government of Sikkim, yes, and the INB ministry. The Secretary INB Ministry, he promised that we'll have it dubbed in Hindi, and they'll percolate it down through their channels to the littlest of the villages, through the, you know, the mobile vans that carry films. So it will reach everywhere that we hope it should reach. And yes, they will help us dub it in 14 regional languages also by the end of the year. So that's one aspect of it. And second, we'll try to have a theatrical release all over India. And if we can find a good market worldwide, we will try to do that.
I mean, the language is Nepalese, so I know that that restricts us, but I really do believe in the movie, and I feel like the world is sort of ready for entertainment which is thought-provoking. Pop culture is ready for having conversations instead of just hiding our thoughts behind, you know, jab kehte the ek zamane mein ki leave your brains behind and come and watch the movie, that doesn't work anymore. People want to use their brains now when they come and watch entertainment.
No, they don't want you to be taken for that.
Your intelligence taken for granted. Yeah.
Okay, what's the hardest thing about working with children?
I guess they're, for me personally, see, when you're working with Bombay children, it's the tantrum and the. But with these guys,
Baby
they're
ko juice chahiye?
Juice chahiye, exactly. Yeah, chocolate manga. But For me, with these kids, the most heartbreaking thing was their honesty and their dedication. So in the middle of the night, I'm shooting with them. In the middle of the dialogue, while she's saying the dialogue, she falls asleep. And I say, sweetie, you've fallen asleep. And she would wake up and say, मेरे मुंह पे ठंडा पानी डालो, please. मैं फिर सो गई. And that breaks your heart. And the fact that you have to make them cry and manipulate them, for me, I decided I'm anyways going to hell now. But doing that. So, what I've done for this film, I'm going.
But what you will do for kids and families that actually watch this, you remember that lady who stood up and she was a Canadian woman who had nothing to do with India, and she just got up and said that, you know, the innocence of the film just moved me so much, and I've never seen India look like this, and I did not know that these problems existed, and it just opened up eyes of people who don't know, and so you're not going to go to hell.
You know, another thing, you know, when I was making this film, everybody kept saying, my God, your film looks beautiful and the children are not looking garib. How will you go internationally?
Yeah, they are not looking like they're from the slums. How will it go international?
So
This
sort of
is-
poverty
yeah.
porn was not done.
Yes, exactly, which happens. That's a
All
really
the
great
time.
word.
And thankfully, that's what I'm saying, the vision of the directors who have supported me, they didn't want to go with the cliche. This is also our truth.
Producers, director tum.
Sorry. Ha.
Okay.
But producers, you know, they are way too creatively involved in the movie. So obviously I'll say director. No?
You're the director.
So it was so nice, na? They're not trying to make me go with the cliche. And you know, it's a beautiful film. They're cute looking kids. India looks really nice.
Be true to the story. I don't believe in manipulating कि audience को देखनी ये अच्छी लगती है. क्यों बना रहे हो कहानी फिर? कहानी को कहानी बनाओ, जिसको देखना होगा वो देखेंगे.
Yeah, the visuals are staggering.
Yeah, they're really beautiful.
Really beautiful. Priyanka, this is of course one of 3 films you're backing that is being directed by a woman. Is that a conscious choice as a producer?
No, but it is definitely an important choice. It's not like I'm saying I want to find women and make them filmmakers. All my directors so far in all the films we've done have been first-time directors. And that's important to me, to give first-time directors voices based on merit. And yes, a few of them are going to be women, but I'm not being a woman saying that, all right, just because you're a woman, I'm going to give you an opportunity.
Girl, no gender discrimination. I'm happy with that.
But at the same time, I do have a little bit of a bias. Little bit.
I'm glad. I'm glad.
Little bit.
And tell me, what is the larger vision for Purple Pebble? You know, where do you see it? And is it hard being a global star, making small movies, niche films? Where do you see this going in the next 2 years?
Well, we have very different perspectives on it.
Yeah. Priyanka believes that it should be a content-driven production company that only looks at content. To hell with everything else.
No. See, she's business, I'm creative, okay? That's how it works. I feel we've reached a point in cinema where content is king and that's where the money comes from. Whereas my mom begs to differ. And she's like, सबको सिर्फ तुम्हारी content नहीं समझ में आती है. So we're trying to find our middle
Middle
ground.
ground
Can I
somewhere.
quickly add to what you said while walking here?
What?
She said, अब तो अच्छी फिल्म बनानी पड़ेगी. चस्का लग गया.
देखा. Yes, thank God. Because what happens is my mom, how we do this is the scripts creatively come to me and I greenlight what I think is a film that is a voice of our company and what we want to make. And then she budgets it and tells me if it is possible, if it's not possible, if it makes no sense, and whether we will eventually make money or not. So far, that's not something we've banked on. But we've been lucky that our films have received critical and commercial acclaim to a certain, I mean, we're 6 movies old. But I think the aim for me with Purple Pebble is definitely to push content-driven films, to give opportunities to new talent. Anu, I did not have that when I came into the business, and it was so hard to get a foot through the door just for someone to take you seriously, or just for someone to turn around and say, oh, okay, just because you're not related to someone or someone hasn't recommended you does not mean you are not a good actor. So it took me a while, despite the fact that I was Miss World, to do that. And the same thing's happening here now in America, because I look a certain way and I'm from India. I mean, we sit in our bubble, and this is including me when I was in India, thinking, ki, you know, I'm a huge star here. It's not that hard. But it is, because I'm still brown and I'm still Indian, and that's not mainstream yet in global entertainment. And it's the same battle for me as talent here as well, which is why, like, even production-wise, the kind of things that I want to produce here, like the sitcom which we talked about based on Madhuri's life, like, for me that was so important because it's creating an opportunity for a female protagonist and an older actor, which is again something, unless you're someone who has already proved your mettle in films, women don't get those opportunities. So I don't know what that means in terms of a 2-year plan, but those are the mandates that I sort of want to make my films based on.
Now that Chaska lag gaya.
It's a little utopian, but thank God. My checks will be signed.
No, she sets the bar so high to reach that, and then for the next film, she sets it higher. That becomes like a big deal to achieve all that. And then she's such a hard taskmaster, I can't tell you. She's been going over screenplays for last 2 years. There's a film. Back. No, it's not working, go back. But she's still working on it. It's not that she's given it up. She's still working on it. She's still getting people to...
I get script doctors to work, because they're first-time writers, first-time filmmakers. You need to be able to give them the technical support to be able to at least find their own, you know. And yeah, I know we've been developing 2 scripts for 2 years. This was her side tana to me. कि 2 साल से लिखे जा रहे हैं, छोड़ दो.
Yeah, इस तरफ जाओ, उधर जाओ.
Okay, last question I have to ask, and this is for her because I read the sweetest interview she gave.
Oh God!
Where she
What
said,
did she say now?
She said that she works so hard. She said, I don't know when Priyanka sleeps because when I'm working, she's working, and when I'm sleeping, she's working. So when do you sleep?
I sleep. I need 5 hours of sleep, or 5.5, 6 hours of sleep to be extremely functional. It's just that my days are extremely efficiently slotted. And I get messages from my assistants at night saying to get 8 hours of sleep, you need to sleep at this time. So my clock starts. Oh my God, okay, I won't sleep 8 hours. I can manage with 7 hours tomorrow. So it's like mathematics. My day is scheduled by the minute, which is fine, and that's the way I love it. I mean, it's a champagne problem. I would rather have this where I have a lot of work to do than have none at all.
I have to tell you, I once asked Mr. Bachchan this question, and with a complete straight face, he looked at me and said, during interviews. Thank you so much, and all best for the movie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you like this video, subscribe to Film Companion. We will bring you all that's new and exciting in the movies.